Greetings everybody, and welcome to Uberdustria, my new modded Minecraft Let's Play series. I'm in a brand new world. Well, pretty much brand new world. I'll get into that in a little bit. And I'm standing exactly at spawn. So in order to ensure that I have a marking of where spawn is, I'm going to go ahead and dig out this 3x3 and the 1x1 here. Actually, I think I could dig that as a cross, and then the 1x1 there. I can come up with better markings later on. But yeah, I'm also going to start by gathering resources. I am playing, like I said, modded with Biomes of Plenty, and I'm starting in a bamboo forest. So I have to keep these types of trees in mind. And as you can see from the mini-map in the top right-hand corner of the screen, I'm starting on a fairly modest island. I should also probably point out that I'm playing on Peaceful for now. Once I secure my initial base, I will turn the difficulty back up to not Peaceful. But for now, Peaceful it is. I'm just going to collect as much bamboo as I can. Because I'm on Peaceful, I'm in no huge rush to wait for nightfall. Why don't I go ahead and introduce the series. Like I said, I am playing modded Minecraft. And the mod pack I'm playing is a modified version of all of the mods 3. And I'm specifically going to be playing version 4.2 of that. Version 4.2. And again, there's a few modifications. There are a lot of mods. It's not, strictly speaking, all of the mods that are available for 1.12. But it's a lot of mods. On the technical side, I have advanced generators, computronics, draconic evolution, environmental tech, extreme reactors, immersive engineering, immersive petroleum, industrial craft, integrated dynamics, integrated tunnels, mechanism and its support mods, open computers, overloaded, pressure pipes, ranged pumps, RF tools control, tech reborn, thermal dynamics, thermal expansion, and XNet. The magic is a little bit sparser. There are fewer magic mods than tech mods. I've got Astral Sorcery, Botania, Embers, Magic Books, Mob Totems, Psi, and Roots for that. I've got a number of mods that serve a primarily aesthetic purpose, namely additional banners, Bibliocraft, Biomes of Plenty, Block Craftery, Chisels and Bits, Cosmetic Armor Reworked, Custom NPCs, Exchangers, Fairy Lights, Flat Cutter Blocks, Quark, Rainbow Oak Trees, Rustic, Terraquitas, The Lost Cities, which is not going to be a factor in this playthrough, Traverse, and X-Tones. I do have some agricultural mods, Binny's mods, Cooking for Blockheads, Forestry, Gendustry, Industrial Foregoing, Pam's Harvest Craft, Simply Tea and Thermal Cultivation. I've got some mods that basically add resources, actually additions, Cyclic, Mystical Agriditions, Mystical Agriculture, Natura, Soul Shards the Old Ways, and Water Strainer. I have mods to help me with storage, AE2 stuff, Applied Energistics 2, Colossal Chests, Ender Storage, Iron Chests, Quantum Storage, Refined Storage add-ons, Storage Drawers, and Storage Drawers Extras. For transportation, I have Dark Utilities, Extra Rails, Funky Locomotion, Immersive Railroading, Open Glider, Open Blocks Elevator, Personal Cars, Steve's Carts Reborn, and Waystones. Open Blocks Elevator and Waystones will be not much used in this playthrough. They don't exactly fit with my rules of cool, but I'll get into that a little bit later. I have mods that add mostly tools, namely wooden shears, better builder's wands, ceramics, mechanism tools, morpha tool, not enough wands, Redstone Arsenal, Simple Sponge, the One Probe, Tinker's Construct, and Useful Nullifiers. And in case you're wondering, Tinker's Construct, cool mod. Gonna try to limit my use of that this playthrough. I want to try to use, you know, other tools. Not because of the rules of cool per se, but because I feel like Tinker's Construct tools are overused in a lot of the mod packs that have them. For exploration, I have Roman 1997's Dimensional World, I have Doom-like Dungeons, I have Journey Map, and I have R of Tools Dungeons. I have a number of support mods, too many to actually name. You may see their effects throughout the series. I have one of the support mods is JEI Just Enough Items, and there are a few add-ons for that. One for block drops, one for bees, and one for resources. I have quite a few APIs that are required by the other mods, and a number of mods that really only operate behind the scenes, which I won't bother naming. I did add 2 of the mods I listed, namely CustomNPCs and Immersive Railroading. CustomNPCs I added because it gives me a better NPC system than what comes with all the mods 3 by default. And I added Immersive Railroading so that I can get some trains. It frankly looks like a really cool mod, and it's something I really want to play around with. At the right stage, of course. But that's not the current stage. I also removed 2 mods completely. One is Blur, and what Blur does is it basically creates a blur effect when a graphical user interface is open. I didn't like what it did to the interface, so I removed it. The other mod I removed is Mine Colonies, and again, it's one of those mods. It's similar to CustomNPCs in that it adds, you know, non-player characters, but I didn't really, let me rephrase that. The way it handles NPCs, the way it handles colonies and whatnot, isn't really going to work for me. So I'm going with the simpler but more customizable custom NPCs for that exact reason. Alright. Now I've got a lot of this bamboo. Let's see, what can I do with it? It's basically a stick, isn't it? I wonder, can I use bamboo to make planks? Well, bamboo thatching. But what can I use this for? Well, okay, it's a useful roofing material. Not useful for that much else. And unfortunately, the bamboo that I've been collecting is basically sticks. Alright. So, let's see here. What are my alternatives? Let's see. I've got amaranth here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and take this 1 block of amaranth wood, and no more. Use it to make a crafting table. Go ahead and turn that into a crafting station. Go ahead and set that down here. I'm going to use a bunch of this bamboo. There we go. 3 stacks of ladders. Alright. So what are these? Oh, bamboo saplings. Neat. So this is how I can go ahead and replant all of the bamboo I just harvested. Even if it won't necessarily be here that I replant it. Alright. But now that I've got ladders, I can use them to go up here and climb up this tree and then cut it down from the top eventually. That's pretty effective. I have to remember to grab everything that dropped once I get to the ground level. Eventually. I think I've got 2 more to go at this point. Yep, and this is the last one. There we go. And yes, I know it's turning to night. And under any other circumstance, I'd be freaking out over the sleep, but again, I'm on peaceful. Now, why am I on peaceful? Well, it's because I'm not actually playing this as a single-player world. I'm playing this on a server. The idea being, if I play this on a server, I'm not relying so much on, having my computer, which I'll admit is a pretty beefy computer, but I don't know if... But I still would prefer to offload, some of the load, instead of having to rely on my computer and its processing power for everything. Or nearly everything. I do have a second computer and a second account that I'll be using for time lapses. You'll see some of those later on in the series. But for now, all you need to know is that this world is running on a server. As a result, it's running constantly. And as a consequence, I'm actually now a few days in. Actually more than a few days into this world. At least on paper. So, yeah. That means mobs can spawn at night. And that's going to give me fits until I get respectable security sorted out. Let me double check something. Okay, yeah, brightness is maximum, which is good. Alright. So now that I've got this sorted out, yeah, so this bamboo is purely for sticks, so I'm going to have to rely on the amaranth wood for other stuff. Actually, there are 2 more amaranth trees. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and craft a wooden axe, which I'll allow for this stage, so that I can cut down more of the amaranth trees. Boy, that's a lot of bamboo saplings. But let's go ahead and cut down this tree while I'm here. So, like so. There we go. Alright. So that's the top there. So I can cut like so. And make my way down. Let's see. Yeah, that's all sorted out. Excellent. And I even got a couple of amaranth saplings out of it that I can replant. When the time is right, of course. Yeah, there we go. So there's all of that. And I may as well cut down this 3rd tree. Again, I'm going to want the saplings and the wood. Yeah, had to put that ladder there, didn't I? Oh well. That's quick to rectify. There we go. And now it's just a matter of cutting down this tree. And once I get this tree cut down, I'm going to explain the challenge I'm going to be playing, which is the Refuge to Region challenge. And I'll leave a link in the description to the formal rules of the challenge. I will be playing it slightly loosely at certain points. Maybe. I'm not sure how tight exactly I'm going to be playing it, but I will be playing with some rules of cool. The big ones are the tree biome rule, which basically says that I can't plant a sapling for a tree if I'm not in a biome where that sapling grows naturally. And there is a special rule for acacia that may or may not be necessary, depending on how frequent acacia trees turn out to be. Alright. Actually, let me check if this recipe works here. It does! Cool. So I've got some chests to work with. There's the mining rule, which says that if I go below Y level 56, I have to have at least a leather helmet. And below Y equals 44, I have to have a metal or diamond helmet. That rule, however, excludes open-air quarries and built basements. Though the built basements rule is going to be narrowly construed, to put it politely. Alright. There is the teleport rule, which says that basically I'm not allowed to teleport between 2 points in the same dimension. Data and redstone signals are the only exception. They can teleport between 2 points in the same dimension. Everything else has to go transdimensionally. There's also the dimension rule, which is to avoid the obvious bypass to the teleport rule. And that is quite simply that between two dimensions, I can only have 1 point of connection. Now, it can have as many different types of connections as I can fit in a, I think it's cylinder of radius 7 and height 10 is the size I'm allowed. Let me check something with, so I want to check something with the thatching here. Bamboo, yeah. Drat. And it's probably spawnable too, isn't it? Oh well. Let's see here. Yeah, it's pretty much a pure stick, the bamboo. With the exception of the recipe for the thatching. It's a little unfortunate, but that is what it is. Now, thatch I can make with wheat, but that requires, well, stuff I don't yet have. Let's see. If I go amaranth, how does that look? Not too bad, actually. There we go. And one more of that. Let's see, can I make an amaranth door? No, I can't. Drat. Hold up, I think I'm going to replace these 3 blocks of thatch with amaranth. And I'm going to follow suit on the other side. There we go. Yeah. And then let's see here. What if I make my walls out of this thatch here? I'm going to need some more thatch, obviously, to finish up the back wall. Now, how does that look? Ugly, but serviceable. It will have to do for now, as far as the hut goes. Alright. The next thing I need... Oh yes, I was going to finish explaining the rules of cool. Like I said, the dimension rule... Yeah, I think I already went over the dimension rule. And then there's the end exceptions to the dimension rule. And that's a function of the fundamental nature of the end. But that will come into play much later. Now, as far as the challenge itself goes, I'm in stage 1, which is the quote-unquote dirt hovel stage. Technically this doesn't qualify as a dirt hovel, but hey, I'll take it. It'll work. So what I'm going to do here is gather resources. I need a bit more amaranth in particular, given that that's my only source of wooden planks at this point. At least around here. I'll have to venture out. I mean, yes, there's rubber saplings there, but I don't want to use those for wood quite yet. They'll have other uses. So I've got one of my 2 projects for this stage complete. And I just need to gather some more amaranth so that I can actually finish off the second project. Note to self, I may want to make a second axe before too much longer. I don't know if the axe is going to survive this tree. Probably not. Yeah, definitely not. It'll be close, but I think I'm going to run out. Ooh. That was not quite what I expected. I figured I'd run out. But no. Oh well. Alright, so let's bring in all of the amaranth here. And come to think of it, yeah, I can use the thatching a bit to help out with this. So I'm going to make this 2, 3... Hold up. And I think that just... Yep, that expended the axe. Fair enough. So where do I want to put this? I think I'm going to put this fairly close to the water line. I think... yeah, I think this is good. Alright, so I need to grab that. 4, yep. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Four, yeah, and I'll make this 5 wide. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. And then I'll follow this like so. Yeah. There we go. So now, I want to top that off. Yeah. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of slabs. Like so. There we go. Let's go 24 of those. Because why not? And I can go ahead and use bamboo thatching. Bamboo is a relatively prevalent material here, which means bamboo thatching is going to be a pretty frequently used building block. Yeah, there we go. So I can go ahead and get rid of these ladders here on the side. Yeah. Alright, and now all I need to do is make a bunch of signs. Like so. Et voila. There's 12 signs. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and make yeah, I need to make a couple more tools. I'm going to make a wooden axe. I'm going to make a wooden hoe, and I'm going to make a wooden pickaxe. Now that I'm finished with the first easy stage, I think it's a prudent time to go off camera, do some basic resource gathering, clean up this island a little bit more, and come up with the list of projects for stage 2. I shall return. Alright, sorry about the rain, and sorry the island's still not completely clear of bamboo. I'll be continuing to work on that off camera. I have, however, come up with my list of projects for stage 2. And I'll go over them as we close out the episode. First off, I want a basic farm. And this is going to be a pretty small farm. Basic farm, small farm, basic crops. Nothing too complicated. Nothing too big, nothing too complicated. Amaranth tree farm, I'm going to be planting probably on that side of the island for the time being. I want a farm of a second wood type so I'm not solely reliant on the local supplies of amaranth. There are a few options that I have not too far from here. You can actually see over there some oak, and if I go a bit closer still, yep, jungle. And I've also got some options over in that direction. I think I have a couple options maybe even further to the north as well. 3 shanties, and that's going to be a bit more than that. They're also going to be better looking than that, trust me. Upgrade that ugly house to something a bit larger and less ugly. Berry farm. We've got a few different sources of berries. And let me go ahead and grab these bamboo saplings before they despawn. Not that you need them, but But anyway, we've got berries there. We've got, I think those might be berry bushes there, but don't quote me on that. At any rate, I want to set up a berry farm. Pineapple farm. Now this one's going to have a little bit of a question mark on it. I don't know if pineapples can even be farmed. Apple orchard. You see there's one apple tree there. I'd like to get more apple trees and set them up somewhere. It won't be on this island. It will probably be in the mainland area to the north. Light up home island. That's going to be a little bit tricky. In particular, I'm going to have to hunt down some cows to get some leather to make the leather helmet that I require to go deep enough to get enough coal to make enough torches to light up the island. Yada yada yada. Start of quarry, and this is going to be away from the home island. I'm not going to quarry the area around here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find another location a little ways away where I can start digging up a quarry. Sheep pen. Again, it's probably going to be actually it will probably be on this island for now. The sheep will be moved north as Uberdustria expands. And finally, I want to set up a basic road network. Just so I can have some definition of where things are going to go here in Uberdustria and so on and so forth. Alright, but with that, I think I've got a respectable, if not aesthetically pleasing start. Off camera, I'm going to be setting some things up for some of these challenges, and I will return next episode with, hopefully, a plan for one or more of these projects to finish off. See you next time, everybody!